Hi everyone, my name is DTD, and welcome back to Doki Doki Salvation Remake, Part 5. In the last video, we had a lot of Monica scenes, mostly like going through what's going on in her mind, how she's processing everything. We also got a lot of scenes for my girl Natsuki, which I have a feeling that within this upcoming video, we will start seeing a little bit of her life and her personal problems and whatnot. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure. Meanwhile, we are on a date with Sayori at the local cafe. I don't know if we're going to get any ice cream or not, but hopefully we do, because that would be a shame if we didn't. Oh, and one more thing. Monica apologized to Yuri, which is nice, you know? And it looks like Monica is starting to cool down a little bit, not being as aggressive as she was before, which is nice. But anyway, enough of the recap. Let's just dive right on into it. Alright. I look back towards the table Sayori is seated at, making sure she can't hear me placing the order. A special order for Sayori and I. Back when we were kids, we would always order the cinnamon buns. They were her favorite. I'm positive not much has changed in that regard. I return to my seat and wait for our order to arrive. That rush of nostalgia nearly knocked me off my feet when we walked in here. No kidding, I nearly did trip and fall. That's right, you did. Sure does hit the spot after a long day, though, doesn't it? Yeah. Sayori takes a big whiff of the cafe, which I'm pretty sure awakens some buried memory within her. I know that smell anywhere. Before Sayori could say anything more, a waiter brings over a tray of 2 large cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns are great. The instant rush of nostalgia completely melts us both away. You ordered us cinnamon buns? You still remember? Of course I do. How could I forget? You went bananas over these. I really did, didn't I? Heck yeah. So much so that your mom started to call you Bun because you always asked for them. Jeez. You remember so much, huh? More than you expect me to? Sayori reaches for a napkin to pick up her snack and prepares to take a bite. Oh, hold on. We'll bite into them together. Oh, alright. I follow suit and prepare to take a bite of the cinnamon bun. Ready? She nods excitedly. Dig in! In perfect use, and the both of us take our first bites of our snacks, instantly blown away by its flavor and blissful nostalgia. So good! Yeah. The both of us start laughing amongst ourselves as we enjoy a quick trip back to our childhoods, when times were simpler. There was no depression to worry about. We were just kids. The best of friends. Us against the world. And in thinking about the depression, I only think about how much I'd like for her to just feel better. Oh, hey. Did you remember to, take your pills this morning? She only nods as she continues chewing. I give her a friendly smile as I think back to our childhood. It's a strange feeling, honestly. I mean, I had it as good as I could have. A best friend, someone I could have relied on. And I just let that go. Man, I'm dumb. As I continue reflecting on my past, I notice Sayori's expression shift quite subtly, but enough to still be noticeable. What's up, Sayori? Didn't like it? Huh? What do you mean? It's great! Oh, alright. Just couldn't help but notice your expression there. Seems like you're kind of down about something. Oh. It's not anything really important. I look back down at our half-eaten cinnamon buns and ponder for a moment. You know what I think could help? Help with what? You know, your depression. Oh. Oh, wait, sorry, I probably shouldn't have brought that up. No, it's alright. I know you mean well. I guess I just wasn't expecting you to say it so casually. Oh, sorry. I scratched my head. Well, I was going to say that maybe the kind of foods you've been eating have had an effect on your health. You know, like, I guess a cinnamon bun here. My mom used to always tell me that eating a bunch of bad foods can rot your brain. Sayori looks down at her cinnamon bun and has a worried expression on her face. I mean, did you really have to tell me that now? Oh, no, I guess not. Sorry. It was just an idea. I didn't mean to make you feel bad or anything. It's alright. It wasn't alright. A few minutes of silence go by as we both look down at our phones. As I'm finishing up my snack, I know she stopped eating hers. Hey, you aren't going to finish... I'm interrupted by a loud vibration on my phone. Thinking it was a text message as I immediately open up the notification. I'm shocked to realize that it's not a text message, but an email from my school about my grades. I'm guessing they're really starting to catch up with me. Crap. What's up? You've only ever sworn when it's something serious, so you can't hide this from me. Yeah, I know, I just really didn't want to tell you. My grades aren't as good as I've made them seem these past few weeks. What? Sayori's generally shocked voice only makes me feel worse. Yeah, I'm sorry. But we've been working together on assignments this whole time. Surely these teachers are just out to get you now. I know. Monica knows some people who could help. I can just talk to her and... No, that's not going to work. Because this is all me. I've been letting my grades fall because I've been so... I stopped myself. So what? Nothing. Not important. What matters is I'm going to change these grades. I'll worry about these myself. In other words, they aren't anything for you to worry about. Alright. I look back down on my phone and open the website to check my grades individually. None of these courses are actually as intensive as I probably make them seem. It's just that the truth of me basically ignoring my work in order to focus on Sayori is something I really don't want to admit to her or to myself. But as I look at how low these grades are, I can't help but realize how much of a toll this has taken on me. I let out a sigh and place my phone in my pocket. I finish up my cinnamon bun and clean up after myself. Sayori, do you want to take your bun home? Eh? Oh, no, that's okay. I don't really want it anymore. Ah. I grab a napkin and wrap it around the unfinished pastry. At a quick glance, it's become obvious that she only ate one bite out of it. I walk over to the trash can and toss it away. So, ready to head out? Sayori only nods as she grabs her bag and throws it around her shoulder. As per usual, I offer my arm to her. She stares at me for a short moment before accepting my offer and interlocking our arms together, like Legos. As we exit the cafe, a beautiful sunset has already painted the sky a mix of orange and pink, and the weather is perfectly breezy and fresh. I overhear Sayori take a deep breath and sigh as we make our way out back home. After a decently long walk, we arrive back in our neighborhood. Jeez, I kind of forgot about how much of a workout that was. I know, right? I'm all sweaty now. Yeah, I gotta take a shower now, Stinky. Hey, you're all sweaty too. You probably smell way worse than me. It sounds like you want to prove that to yourself. Eh? Ew, no I don't. I win again. I guess if that's a win to you, then sure. I chuckle as I gently pat Sayori's head. So what are your plans for today? Want to hang out some more? Sure. Oh, wait. You can't get distracted anymore. You have a lot of work to do. Oh, right. Well, what if I agree to strictly keep it about homework and nothing else? You promise? Cross my heart and hope to die. Okay, well, maybe not the die part, but yes. Okay. My mom will be home early today as well, so maybe she can help. Great, let's get it to it then. Alright. Da-da. So then I said, you aren't the only one cursed with knowledge. I nearly spit out my drink after hearing that. What? Sire, there's no way you just dropped a quote from a superhero movie like that. It's true! But I guess the teacher didn't like hearing that from me, so he sent me to the principal's office. And this all happened last week? How come I'm barely finding out about this now? I didn't think it was worth mentioning. I didn't even get in trouble. That's actually hilarious, though. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh hey, there's Natsuki! I turn around and sure enough, there she is standing in line at the microwave to heat up her food. Oh yeah. Want to invite her to sit with us again? Ooh, wait a minute. Look again. She doesn't really seem to be in a great mood. I turn back around and know she's actually seemed quite annoyed. Huh, are you sure that's just not how she normally looks? Maybe, but I don't know. Something seems off about her. All the more reason to invite her over to have lunch with us then, yeah? I don't know. I don't want to bother her if she's going through something. Yeah, I guess that's true. We both watch Natsuki as she removes her food from the microwave, and then walk over to a table of girls I've never seen before. I'm assuming those are her other friends she talks about sometimes. Yeah, she's never said anything great about them, but it's not really any of our business. Yeah. I look back towards Natsuki's table. They seem to be having a good time amongst themselves, laughing loudly and doing whatever it is girls do during lunch. Sayori only seems more and more distracted by what's going on over there, though. I'm not sure what she has overheard, but it seems to have bothered her. Well, I look back around and place both my hands on the table. Do you have any other Sayori tales that you'd like to tell me? Oh yeah! This one time, I had a dream where I owned a bazillion chinchillas. Chinchillas? Like those small gray mouse things? Yeah! Why those animals specifically? Because I've got one right here in my bag. Sayori reaches into her bag, to which I immediately respond, What? No, don't bring them out! Something fuzzy immediately smacks me in the face, and I let out a particularly girly scream. As I recover from fear, I realize it was nothing more than a small stuffed animal. Bro's been roasted in the entire cafeteria. I feel bad for him. I got you good, didn't I? Sayori, how long were you planning this one? At least 2 days. That's some dedication. It was totally worth it, though. Sure, whatever. I'm just glad no one heard me scream like that. That was embarrassing. Let me see that. Oh, sorry. Let me see that stuffed animal. Sayori hands it over to me and lets me observe it carefully. It's not a chinchilla. In fact, I don't really know what it is. Seems to be just some random stuffed mouse that Sayori brought from home. I playfully toss it back to Sayori, who catches it and giggles. Hehehe. You can't scare me, DTD. I am an unstoppable! Oh, Sayori. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you like that. Oh, it's just you, Yuri. Hi, Yuri! Sayori wraps her arms around Yuri. Again. Why do you insist on hugging me all the time? Oh, do you want me to stop? Not particularly. But I'm not hearing a no! So, are we going to pretend you didn't just scream like a little girl then? Because that was hilarious. Shut up, meanie! Sorry, Sayori. It's okay, I was getting too cocky anyways. Yeah. I kind of saw Yuri coming over, so I just let it happen. Hey! That makes you even more of a meanie. I am unstoppable. Mwahaha! Well, I came over because I heard a strange scream from this table, and I knew it came from you guys. Alright, I yield. Alright! Girl power! Apologies, DTD. It was a low-hanging fruit. I had to go for it. I'm just surprised you did. I didn't think you had it in you to be funny. Are you kidding? Yuri can be the funniest girl in the whole club. Well, I don't know about that. By the way, Yuri, do you know anything about Natsuki's other friends? Yuri glances over and spots the table Natsuki is sitting at. Well, that's not really any of my concern. Right. Sorry. Sayori and I were just curious, I guess. It's alright. Do you both mind if I join you? Not at all! You can sit next to me! Yuri sits herself down gracefully and pulls out her bento box. Lunch continues on as normal, with Sayori sharing some other tall tales, and Yuri providing her own insight. Natsuki doesn't really get brought up again. For some reason, though, I can't not think about her. Sure, I basically had this big crush on her at the start, but I don't think that should mean I can't care about her. I mean, I still have a crush on her, but whatever. And Sayori was right. She did look pretty upset, more than she usually does anyway. Oh well, nothing I can do about that now. Yuri, Sayori, and I all finish up our lunches and get ready to tackle the rest of the school day. Okay, well, we're the first ones here. We have to be quick about this. Yeah, let's get this manga organized. But how are they supposed to be organized in the first place? Well, putting all the same series together is a start. For example, I pick up 3 Attack the Titans volumes and place them in order on the shelf. There, just like that. Right, good thinking. So then... Oh! Sayori opens up a manga with a particularly strange cover. Sayori, what is it? I think it's some of... I think it's some of Natsuki's lewd manga. Sayori casually turns the open manga around, which causes me to blush instantly. Geez, Sayori, you seem awfully casual about this. It's not a big deal to me. This stuff exists like any other manga, right? I guess so. Just didn't think Natsuki would have had this in her collection. Let alone kept it here in the club. DTD, do you recognize this manga? You seemed to blush pretty hard when I showed you it. Huh? Oh, no? No, of course I don't! What makes you think it's a bunch of naked girls? I'm just teasing. Let's put this back with the rest. We don't want to fall behind. Right, let's continue. We both organize the manga on the shelf, each keeping the series together as well as making sure they are all in order. It only took a few more minutes to organize everything. Piece of cake, and all before the others arrive too. Yep! Hopefully Natsuki loves it when she gets here. As soon as she finishes saying that, the club doors open up. To my surprise, all 3 girls walk in at the same time. Hello everyone, I see that we've all arrived at the same time for once. Except me and D2D, we showed up early! By the way, Natsuki, you should go check out the closet. We left a bit of surprise for you there. Oh? Okay. Natsuki walks over to the back of the room to check out the closet. Yuri whispers to us, "What did you guys do? You didn't do anything bad, did you?" I hope not, we just organized her manga first since we didn't do it yesterday. Natsuki comes back, not really looking any different from before. Well, did we do an okay job? Yeah, you did okay, it's whatever. Hey, is something wrong, Natsuki? No, nothing! Get on my case, Sayori! Monica, isn't there some poem sharing we can do or something? If not, I'm just gonna go read over there. I mean... Excuse me, DTD, could you do me a huge favor? Sure, what is it? There's a particular book I need from the library, but I don't want to cause any trouble by leaving again. Oh, right away then, which book do you need? Yuri pulls out her phone and scrolls around for a bit. She turns around and shows me a picture of a book with the title blurred out. The cover art is also hard to see. It seems to depict a door with the word Red Rum written on it. Huh, kind of an awful photo. Precisely. I need help finding it based on the cover art alone. You don't remember what it's called? At all? I can't really recall. But I do know the title starts with the. Yuri's giving me a very calm but strange smile. In any case, looks like you don't really have a choice anymore. Besides, she's got a point. Her leaving the club for a long period of time would probably cause more harm than good. Alrighty then, I'll be back. Hopefully I can find it. Good luck. That was a bit strange. I mean, I guess I see where she's coming from, but it seems so sudden. In any case, it's time to go book hunting! I head down the hallway and towards the library. Hopefully, I don't have any overdue books. Ah, who am I kidding? I never go to the library. I would always go to the library if I went to school. I mean, I literally live down street from a... What the... Okay, that was intentional. I thought the game was glitching out, for real. I struggle to hide the pain in my face as something changes dramatically. While I was usually able to tell exactly what happens within the code before, this time I can't seem to tell at all. Was it really that easy for her to just make him leave like that? Why? How? I should probably go with him. Actually, Sayori, I'd really appreciate it if you stayed here. What's going on here, Yuri? Why did you send DT on a wild goose chase for a book? It wasn't that obvious, was it? I could have sworn I did a good job at it. Please, I knew something was up the moment you didn't know the name to the freaking Shining. May as well tell us what this is all about now. Yuri fidgets ever so slightly as she takes a deep breath and sighs. Maybe I should go find DTD myself. Who are they to stop me from doing that anyway? I'll just say I need to use the bathroom or something. The game's stubbornness only seems to show itself when I'm blatantly obvious about what I'm doing. So surely this won't... I wanted to get DTD out of the moment out of the moment. Sorry. I wanted to get DTD out of the room for a moment. Because this is something I know you wouldn't like for him to hear. Yuri? Don't. Natsuki suddenly flares up, looking almost ready to explode. It seems like Yuri knows her just as much as I do. Yuri? I don't know what you're trying to do here, but maybe this isn't the best idea. You have to talk to us about it, Natsuki. About what? There's nothing to talk about. This is stupid. Just shut up. I'm gonna go read over there. Leave me alone. She walks over to the closet to probably pull out some manga and call it a day. How come I'm suddenly interested in how this is going to play out? I'm such a bad friend. I shouldn't have said anything, I'm sorry. That's not true. You're a wonderful friend. What should I even say here? Do I even care about Natsuki to try and fix whatever she's going through? Monica, what do you think? What should we do? Both girls look at me with genuine looks of sincerity. A look that really proves just how much they care and want to help their friend. I understand why I feel so compelled to help her as well. Okay, Monica. Let's suck it up for just a little bit. It's time to be a club president. Okay, you two. I know about Natsuki than you might think. Yuri, did she ever tell you about... Not so loud. Right, sorry. I lower my voice to a whisper. There's something you two might not know. At the start of this club, I caught her hanging out with other friends after school, right before the club meeting started. They don't treat her right. From an outsider's perspective, it could even be argued she's being bullied and pushed around by them. Oh, so you're aware of this predicament she found herself in? Pretty much. She told me a little bit about it while we were spending some time together. It's something she's super sensitive about. She's never even told me the full story. It sounds like she doesn't feel comfortable talking about it. Maybe she feels like she'd be betraying them if she talked bad about them. I think so too, but I don't want to push her around. Well, do you want to hear my opinion? I feel like we might have to try. It's clearly bothering her, and it's been going on for a very long time. We're her friends, aren't we? We have to step in and help her out. Sometimes, when it comes to our friends, we have to take control over the situations as best as we can. But I still want to help my friend, that much is true. I look over to Natsuki, who's barely walking out of the closet with some manga. We make eye contact with each other for a brief moment before she looks away and returns to the closet. Are you suggesting we just confront her and force her to tell us then? Precisely. That sounds like an awful idea. But I don't really have any other ideas. What about you, Sayori? I say it's time for some tough love. We have to show Natsuki that we're here for her no matter what. Natsuki! Sayori suddenly yells at the top of her lungs and runs over to the closet. First, there's a bit of arguing.
Sorry, what do you want? Leave me alone. Hey, don't grab that one!
Come to the group then.
You're threatening me with that?
Just come on. Now there's a lot of pushing and shoving.
Alright, stop it, Sayori, I get it.
Sayori and Natsuki both rejoin the group, with Natsuki not looking too pleased about how all this has turned out.
I thought I made it pretty clear I don't want to talk about this. And Yuri, the only reason why you even know about this in the first place is because it accidentally slipped out.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just that I don't really like seeing you like this.
I seem to have missed the part where that's supposed to be my problem.
Come on, Natsuki, don't talk to her like that.
Please, like you're in any place to tell me how I should be talking to her.
Natsuki, it's clear that you're upset.
Yeah, maybe it's because all of you are ganging up on me like this. I mean, can you at least show me a little bit of respect? Jeez.
We all stay quiet for a moment. She's got a point. I realize we all just sort of attacked her and expected her to just open up to us immediately after. Yuri fidgets around a little bit while Natsuki continues to avoid making eye contact with any of us. Curiously, she hasn't bothered returning to the closet or even bothered leaving the room. With how angry she seems, it's a surprise she hasn't just left. Hey, do you ever remember our first fight? Don't you think we've really connected with each other since then?
Yeah, I guess so. So you should know better than anyone else that I would love to stop talking about this, please.
I still remember each and every one of your talks and discussions as well.
I still fail to see how this has anything to do with this.
Yuri takes a deep breath and lets out a sigh. I think it has everything to do with this.
How?
Don't you see that we're all standing here for a reason? Don't you see that we want to help?
This again. Monica, I'm taking off. I don't really appreciate being treated this way.
Why are you running away from us? Is this what you really want?
Who said I'm running away from you? I just want to leave.
You're better than this. I know you are.
I don't care what you think. What I do is none of your or anyone else's business.
But we care about you, Natsuki.
I'm not a charity case.
Are you sure?
What? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me.
Guys, please don't fight again. I know everything about you, Natsuki. You're an open book. Yuri's entire demeanor changes, so much that it's almost overwhelming.
I'm an open book? Look in the mirror, Yuri.
That's exactly my point. You're scared.
Shut the hell up, Yuri.
You never actually had a true friend.
If you don't shut your mouth, I swear I'll...
Push me away? Like everyone else you push away because you're terrified of getting hurt?
What are you...
So terrified of being bullied? Mocked? Isolated? But even when you do miraculously find real friendship, you freak out and push them away too? I've seen this all before. That's why you're so easy to read. Because I've already read it. You and I are far more similar than you think. We're the same, Natsuki. Natsuki and Yuri stare at each other for a few short seconds, breathing heavily. In fact, Natsuki is the one that seems to be breathing a lot faster than Yuri. She looks down and runs out of the room. Did I mess that up? I don't think so. I just think that maybe it was a little much for her to handle. I just got frustrated. Seeing her act this way when I know deep down she really wants help with this stuff. Not that I'm any better. The two girls awkwardly look down at the floor and I follow suit as a result. I don't really know what they're thinking right now. But for me, I'm just... confused. I used to be so angry and rageful, but now I just don't understand anything anymore. Is this my fate now? To just endlessly float in this place? Stuck trying to deal with these fake problems that ultimately mean nothing? What's the point of all this? When will this game show its hand? Girls, you all did good today. Even if it might not feel like it, nobody's perfect at handling these situations. But I believe she'll come around. I sure hope so. Natsuki can be kind of confusing sometimes. How so? You know how she can be. She doesn't really talk about her personal stuff with us. She always pushes it aside, and I think she prefers to keep it that way. You're right. Whenever we've hung out together, things never really got past talking about books or manga. Don't get me wrong, she's asked me about my own personal life before. But I never really wanted to pry into hers. She's always been a very reserved person, and not afraid to keep those feelings inside no matter how intense they are. Sometimes quite aggressively. I let out a sigh and sit on top of the desk up front. As I swing my legs back and forth in contemplation, I think back to the talk Natsuki and I had the other day. She had mentioned her past with me, with not much restraint either. I'm going to go find her. She couldn't have gone far... No, I can't let you do that. Why not? I have an idea. I'll go out and look for her. I'd like to think I'm somewhat of a mitigator in these situations. That doesn't sound like a good idea. You may be right about that, but remember what Sayori said earlier? We have to show Natsuki that we're here for her, no matter what. That still stands. We can go with you then? No, that would not be the best idea either. Considering you just forced her out of her comfort zone earlier, she's probably not going to be too thrilled to see you right now. She dejectedly agrees. I smile at her and move to pick up my stuff. You guys can trust me, right? I don't know. Can we? She glares at me, not in an angry or disappointed way, but rather a way that reminds me of what happened just 1 week ago. Ah, right. Well, actions speak louder than words, don't they? I wonder about that. I take a deep breath and sigh. You sure about this? Absolutely. Well, if you say so. I walk towards the doors and slide them open. Ooh. Okay, so if I were Natsuki, where would I go? I move my hands in the air only to realize the console doesn't appear whatsoever. Figures, at this point this is par for the course. With no real way to access the code now, it's basically a guessing game on whether these characters are going to be. Let's see. Ah, yeah, let's start there. I can't believe Yuri didn't know the name to The Shining. I mean, I should probably feel bad for not recognizing the cover myself, but the literal horror story expert needing help finding this book? There's something fishy about that. I make my way back to the school and hit... What? Natsuki? What are you doing out here? Natsuki is sitting on a bench all by herself. She doesn't respond when I call out to her. I awkwardly look around and slowly walk up to her. Hey, you alright? She sniffs and rubs her nose. It almost seems like she just finished crying. Yeah, I'm fine. I'd actually like to ask you something. Okay, shoot. Have you ever regretted something you've said? Like, basically the moment it comes out of your mouth? Oh yeah, plenty of times. Not a feeling I'm unfamiliar with at all. Why? Did something happen in the club? Sort of. It's not really anything I feel like talking about though, so don't even ask. Alright, I won't even try. I urge Natsuki to scoot over in the bench to allow me some room. She reluctantly scoots over and sighs. Yeah, there are a lot of things I regret saying pretty much instantly. Yeah. Did it have to do with anything involving your friends? Mm-hmm. Sayori. Ah. I won't ask any more details about that. We sit together quietly for a while, not really feeling awkward or anything. BTD, do you think I belong in the club? I turn towards her slightly confused, but she seems pretty dead serious. A bit of a loaded question, isn't it? It's a yes or no question, and my answer is yes. Elaborate. This is no longer a yes or no question then. She doesn't say anything and only looks away from me. I'm not sure why she's asking me this, but given that she's out here by herself and Probably just finished crying. Did you ever fight with Yuri? She closes her eyes and shies. I guess that's a yes. As I sit back on the bench, I see something strange from across the courtyard. In the school entrance, I see a silhouette that could only belong to one person. Is that Monica? Natsuki sits up and gets a closer look at the door, which causes the silhouette of our club president to disappear. She throws herself back on the bench and sighs once again.
Yeah, we had a fight. It was about some dumb stuff, so it's not worth talking about, honestly.
I see. Are you planning on going back? It seems like Monica was out looking for you.
Not a chance. At least, not today.
Obviously something major went down today, but knowing Natsuki, she's probably never going to tell me the truth. Hey, you know what I think is cool?
Huh?
You were able to fix Yuri and Monica's little scuffle last week, all by yourself.
And what makes you think that?
Yeah, not only did you call Monica out on her strange behaviors, you're the one to make the effort to reach out and talk things out with her.
Well, that's only because I wanted to see things get fixed, you know? Nobody likes to see friends fight.
She pauses.
No one likes to see friends fight.
Right. That wasn't really my point with this, though. You asked earlier if you felt like you belonged in the club. I think you being the one willing to step forward and solve issues between your friends proves you really do belong. Not that you even really need to prove that to begin with.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Listen, dude, I gotta get going.
She gets up from the bench and dusts off her backside. Oh, alright. What about your stuff? You're just gonna leave it behind?
I'll figure that out myself. Don't worry about it.
Okay then. Take care, Natsuki. Natsuki walks toward the front of the school and is probably heading back towards home. I scratch my head as I look at the book I've been holding and get reminded to return back to the club. I instinctively look behind me to see if Natsuki decided to come back for her stuff, even though she seemed pretty serious. Just what went down today caused her to leave abruptly like this. It's not really her style to do so. Then again, last week proved I don't really know much about these girls as I thought I did. Oh, TC, you're back from the library. What the? I look behind me and sure enough, Monica is right there. How'd she do that? Yeah, I found the book Yuri was looking for. I ran into Natsuki on my way here, though. She seemed a little upset. Yeah. Let's not act like you both didn't catch me looking for her. I just saw you two together, so I assumed she'd be okay in your hands. So something did happen. Unfortunately, yes. Did she mention anything about it with you? I shake my head. I see. It's likely she didn't really want to talk about it with you. Probably just wanted to not think about it, honestly. Sure seemed that way. Let's get back to the club then, shall we? I have to get this book to Yuri. By the way, don't you think it's weird that Yuri didn't know the name to The Shining? Isn't that a bit weird to you? We're all forgetting things sometimes. I look down at the book and think about Yuri. Yeah, I guess. I walk back into the club room and the room suddenly feels tense. Yeah, something definitely happened here. Alright, spill it. What was with this book? I find it difficult to believe you didn't know the name to one of the most popular horror novels ever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lie to you. It's just that this is personal to Natsuki and I didn't want to betray your trust. I see. I mean, you could have just told me. She shakes her head. It wasn't that easy. I didn't want her to know about the things we're going to say. So I had to get you out of the room as quickly as I could. I see. Alright, I understand. Do you still want the book? Sure, why not? She slowly takes the book from me and places it on the nearby desk. So, since we can't really talk about what happened earlier, what now? Well, we can always... Meeting adjourned! Sari slams her fist on the desk like a judge slamming a gavel. I have to get going. Me and DTD have very important matters to discuss. What? 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 Sayori. Unpredictable as always. Actually, you should know what I'm talking about. Oh, that. She's right, we do have something important to discuss. Alright then, let's just conclude today's meeting with an old-fashioned writing tip of the day. Friends are important to have around. I'd even go as far to say they're important enough to be considered self-care. Sure, friends can fight sometimes, but what makes that friendship even stronger is the ability to work things out with one another. So make sure you show your friends some love today. Even just a short text message can be enough to show how much you care. Thanks for listening! Sayuri and I walked back home together, not really saying much to each other. I'm sort of prepared for a really long night of serious mode Sayuri, which consists of her pretending to be the stern authority figure to motivate me into getting my work done. Doesn't work. Alright, what's the plan now? Actually, I told a little small fib. Wait, so this isn't about my grades? Don't get the wrong date either. You have to work on that. I actually wanted to talk about what happened in the club today. Oh. Wait, everyone seemed to agree that it's personal to Natsuki. I don't want to know anything if it's her own personal biz. I know. I guess I feel like I should have done more. Like all I did was just stand there. I think I even made the situation worse by not really doing anything. I thought that maybe I could help, but I just couldn't. All I was able to do was watch. I immediately realized how Sayori is starting to feel, but I'm not really sure how to go about handling it. Well, it's okay. You don't really have to say anything. I don't really expect you to. It's just how I feel right now. I see. Well, this will all eventually pass over, I'm sure. What do you mean? Like the Natsuki situation? Yeah, but also how you're feeling as well. It should all pass with time. Will it? Sometimes I really don't think that's the case. Ah, yeah, I know how you feel. Sorry gives me a strange glare after I say that. Alright, I trust you. Oh, what? You do? Yep. Well, alright then. Got any plans for later tonight? Not really. I'm just going to hang out with my mom this evening, though. I think my dad might even be coming over as well. Ah, your dad. I haven't seen him in a very long time. He's been working overseas, hasn't he? She nods. That's right. I should get going. Right. I'll start contacting some of my teachers and maybe work out some things with them about my grades. Should be a cakewalk. Good luck with that. See you tomorrow. I wave goodbye and walk towards home. Something about this interaction. Nah, it's nothing. Sayuri does this all the time. I've gotten used to this by now. If anything, I'm finding myself more concerned with what exactly went down at the club today. It was definitely a heated argument, but it was definitely much more than that. Not much I can do about that now, I guess. Monika's POV. I take a deep breath in. For the 10th time, I attempt to reopen the console. I shakily place my hands in the air and begin to move my fingers. Come on! I cry out in pain. I keep pushing. My fingers suddenly start to jumble up and glitch out. It feels like a bunch of rocks are being thrown at them all at once. Ooh. Ah! Yeah, don't do that. Blood is streaming from my fingers. I feel the floor around me, I can't see a thing. Nothing but darkness as far as I can see. Did I go blind? Did I... No. I can see my own hands, my own body. Yet there isn't a single light source anywhere. Did I break everything? I grab my head in pain. I slowly raise my arms and put them into position once more. I move my fingers and... Huh? Monitor kernel access? Maybe this'll work. Okay. If she's still here, then the game should be intact. So, Just what the heck happened earlier? Where am I? What in the world is a monitor kernel access? 1%? 1% of what? I start to panic. I frantically try various commands, hoping something will give me an answer. What the hell? Without thinking, I type in delete Monica.char. I nearly execute the command. The process updates. I slowly hide the console from view and look down at my bloodied fingers. What's going to happen to me now? What have I done? I try to look around again, hoping to find something that I'm familiar with. Come on. Just give me something. Anything. I'll do anything. I'll be the club president you want me to be. I'll do that if it means I can get out of here. I'll do that if it means I can fix this. Of course. No one can hear me. I don't even know if you can hear me either. Maybe I'm just trapped here forever. It really does feel like that. Ugh.
Monica? You home? I tried to call you before I came, but you didn't answer. Well, you're probably asleep now, but hopefully you're awake. I guess.
My mouth feels incredibly dry, and my fingers still ache. I look down and see that my injuries still remain. So that wasn't a dream. In fact, I'm still standing in the exact spot I was earlier. It feels like days. As I look down and check my phone, it's only been a few hours. The text message is also there, reading, Prezi, can I come over, as well as a few missed calls. Coming, Natsuki! I stumble a bit as I try to regain my bearings. It's already too late when I realize I haven't covered up any of my injuries. I open up the door for the pink-haired girl and allow her to come in. I'm only able to greet her with a somewhat dejected smile. I'm usually able to hide my emotions quite well, but this time...
Hey, thanks for letting me in.
I was afraid you were asleep already. Is everything okay? Did you really walk all this way alone? At this time of night?
I had nowhere else to go.
I gave her a confused look. Nowhere else to go? She doesn't mean...
My dad kicked me out.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry I didn't answer earlier either. I was,
Whoa, what happened to your fingers? Look pretty banged up.
Oh, yeah. I accidentally slammed them in a door. Worst pain in the world.
No kidding. How did you manage to get them all slammed in like that?
I began to feel frustrated and started to pester me with more questions. Let's not worry about me right now, okay? What about you?
I just had a stupid argument with my dad, okay? It's nothing serious.
I found that difficult to believe. No father would kick their own daughter out of her house like that.
Yeah, you'd think that would be the case for all parents. Yeah, here I am, aren't I?
Look, I appreciate you taking me in, but I don't really want to talk about this.
I still haven't forgot what you guys did to me earlier today.
So why come here?
You have to be stupid to think I'd go over to Yuri or Sayori's place. I don't know, you just seem to be like the middleman of this whole thing, I guess.
I see. Well, I apologize if I don't really have any comfortable place for you to sleep. I only have one bed. I was about to point her towards the couch behind us, but something has stopped me from even offering. If you're cool with it, we could share the bed.
Really? You do that even after all I just said?
Yeah, I don't really know either. But your anger is warranted.
Fine, so long as you don't mind.
Not at all. You're a guest after all. It's the least I can do.
Right.
She removes her backpack from her back and places it on the floor. As I watch her open it up and take out her pajamas, I start thinking back to my experience. How lonely it all felt. How maddening the silence was. It was as if I had died, but my soul is trapped in limbo, waiting for someone to rescue it.
Hey, is it alright if I use your bathroom to change?
Of course. Feel free to make yourself at home. She scurries off towards my bathroom and shuts the door. I sigh and look back down at her backpack. Normally, I wouldn't be this nosy, but I think my circumstances allowed me to toss my morals out the window. I open up and see that she's got a few manga inside, as well as a small plushie with a funny-looking face. Cute. Other than that, really isn't anything that seems out of the ordinary. I close her bag up and walk to my kitchen to clean my fingers. I can move them around easily despite some pain, so they aren't broken. I think this is the first time the game has genuinely hurt me physically, though, which only frightens me even more. I slowly turn the faucet knob and allow lukewarm water to run in between my fingers. It burns slightly, but it's nothing I can't handle. I gently rub the blood off and take extra care not to go at it too hard. As I wash my hands, I think about the things I said before. How I'd do anything to try and fix what I'd done. Maybe if I play the role this world wanted me to play, things will go back to normal. Do I dare try and open up the console again? Without much more thought, I slowly lift my hands up and perform the same motion I've been performing for as long as I can remember. It appears. The same message is still plastered in front of me, serving as a reminder that something is going to happen to me if I don't take action fast. My goals are no longer what they used to be now. Or maybe they are, just in a different context. I have to save myself from this world. I slowly grab a towel and dry my hands off. I walk back into the living room and Natsuki comes out from the bathroom at the exact same time. Her pajamas are exactly what I expect them to be. Cute. Though I don't dare call that out. I assume you're ready for bed?
I'm not exactly dressed for a fancy party, am I?
I guess you're right. Let me show you my room. We can set up there. I allow Natsuki to enter my room.
Nice room. Looks comfy.
It's nothing special, but it's home, I guess. She walks around for a short bit before sitting on my bed. What's up?
I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kindness you're showing me. I've been so rude to you and I still expect you to let me stay here?
I think I did deserve all that crap you guys gave me earlier today.
You are right. I'm too afraid to face reality. I can't talk about how I feel with others. I can't.
This is my chance. This is how I can fix everything. If I can make this better, then my own life will be better as a result. Natsuki, you're my friend. And my friends deserve all the kindness I can provide. I know recently I've been making a few questionable decisions that might not make you trust me, but I'm trying to make up for that. I'm more than happy to take you in tonight, so don't worry about that. She wipes her tears away.
Sorry you had to see that.
I should also thank you for helping me and Yuri to work things out. It's kind of admirable.
What is?
How mature you can actually be?
Oh. Can we just go to bed now? I'm tired.
Sure, let me just get the lights. I shut off the lights and scooch in next to Natsuki, who is already facing away from me and covered by my blanket. The room is silent, with only my air conditioning breaking that silence with a soft hum.
Hey, Monica?
Her voice is now a gentle, soft whisper. What is it?
It's just so out there. Just so it's out there. I think you're a great leader. I can't imagine anyone else leading the club other than you.
Thanks, Natsuki. That means a lot. I close my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. I'm not sure how much time has passed now, but I can already feel Natsuki's light breathing right beside me. It's a strange feeling, having someone sleep next to you. My mind is at ease and I feel extremely relaxed, which is a welcome change considering I can't even remember the last time I had a good night's sleep. I can't help but smile. Yeah, maybe I have been wrong about them. Maybe this world's punishing me for everything I wanted to do and tried to do. But I can fix this. I just have to be patient. I made it this far anyway, I can do this. I move over on my back and let my body completely relax, letting Natsuki's breathing lull me to sleep. Wonder what that's supposed to mean. No clue. I'm sure we'll figure that out eventually. I slam my hand on the alarm clock and rise up from bed. Last night was pretty rough, but I think I'm finally getting a hold of my grade situation. I'll be having an after-school tutoring session with some teachers to try and make up some assignments and improve some grades. This unfortunately means I won't be able to make it to the club meeting today, but it's for my own good. Plus, Sayori's probably starting to worry about me. That's the last thing I need. And probably the last thing she needs as well. I rub my eyes and yawn before I get up to get dressed. As I walk outside, I notice Sayori's already up waiting for me. Good morning, DTD! Morning, Sayori. Hey, guess what?
What?
I have an after-school tutoring session today. It was about time I got some help with this stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Would you like for me to join you? Yep, but you'll miss the club meeting.
I'd rather be with you.
Well, who am I to deny that? Sayori interlocks her arm with mine as we make our commute. Something feels off, though. I feel like there's a reason she doesn't want to go to the club today. I have a feeling it's got something to do with what happened yesterday. I guess it doesn't matter. No one really wants to tell me anyway. As we arrive at school, two familiar people walking together catch our eye.
Hey, it's Natsuki and Monica.
Usually I don't see those two walking with each other.
Let's go say hi.
Okay. As we make our way to the unlikely pair, I notice Natsuki doesn't look too happy. Nor does Monica. Well, they could just be tired. But Sayori's right. These girls usually don't walk together. They live on completely opposite sides of town as well. Being out of the loop has never felt so frustrating before.
Morning, guys. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, I guess you're referring to the route we decided to take this morning.
I usually don't see you walking this way.
Natsuki either. Natsuki and I both decided to take a different route to school.
Yeah, gotta change it up sometimes. You know how it is.
Yeah, of course. Natsuki and Monica share glances with each other for a short moment. Well, we all better get going. Don't want to be late for class now, do we?
You're right! Come on, DTD, let's get going!
Oh, wait! Before I can protest any further, Sayori grabs my arm and starts pulling me towards the school entrance. Despite Sayori rushing off to her class with the fear of being late, we arrived about 10 minutes early before classes even started. Brilliant. So, you aren't the slightest bit curious as to why they were walking together?
Not really. What's there to be curious about?
We've all been friends for a while. Even you were surprised, though.
Admittingly, it was a little bit weird to see them both coming into school from the same area. But I quickly figured out why.
Huh? What?
They had a sleepover last night. You do know what that means, don't you?
They had a sleepover? What else could it?
They had a sleepover and didn't invite us!
This is way too early for you to be yelling like this. I don't think I'd want to be invited anyway. Doesn't seem like something they'd want us to know. Going off how they acted this morning anyway.
Yeah, you're right. That is a little strange. What secrets could our president be hiding from us? Let's grab our tinfoil hats.
Okay, sorry, nothing like that. I'm sure we're making something out of nothing. It's possible it just has something to do with what happened yesterday. Which, of course, you know more about that than I do, so...
Oh, yeah. You're right. I will only talk about it with you if she decides to open up. Otherwise, my lips are totally sealed.
That's good then. You're a good friend for doing that.
And you're a good friend too. For not trying to get it out of me, of course.
Sayori suddenly gets close to me and lowers her voice to a whisper.
Because in all honesty, if you kept trying, I probably would have broken and told you.
Wait, what?
Oops, that's the bell for today. You better get started to class too.
But Sayori playfully pushes me away before heading into her own class. I mean, it's not a bad thing or anything, but she seems weirdly upbeat despite what happened yesterday. I don't know, it feels forced somehow. It's hard to tell with her sometimes. I readjust my bag and head to class. There's still an hour left for lunch, but I really gotta use the bathroom. I skid the door open behind me and make my way down the hallway. I wonder what Sayori's up to right now. I hope she's doing alright in her classes. I've never really thought about how she acts when I'm not around, honestly. Is it more of the same? Does she take off her mask when she's not around her friends? I don't know if that's something I'll ever find out. Ugh! For a split second I shut my eyes. I could immediately tell who this was. There's only one person I keep bumping into. Sorry, Yuki... Natsuki, that's what I meant to say.
I don't even want to ask. Just watch where you're going, idiot.
Okay, jeez. Without another word, she walks down the hallway towards what I assume is her class. Oh, wait.
What is it?
She quickly turns around, almost as if she expected me to call out to her. You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, alright then. Would you like to join Sayori and me for lunch? We won't be making it to the club today, so...
Really? Why not?
I've got tutoring to go, and Sayori insisted she attend.
Ah, I see.
She looks down at the floor for a while. I'm not sure if anything specific happened between her and Sayori, but I can't be blamed for asking since I don't really know.
Do you think she'd be okay with that?
Huh? Why wouldn't she be? Is it because of...
Actually, forget I asked that. I'll join you guys. I'll meet you both there.
Okay, great. See you there. She turns around and heads back towards the hallway once again. As for me, I continue my trek towards the bathroom to finally relieve myself. Alright, so far my guess is that Yuri and Natsuki had a fight. Maybe said a few things that both of them regret. Sayori got involved somehow, and maybe Natsuki said some things she regrets, or maybe Sayori said some things, the latter of which doesn't seem likely. Not sure about Monica, though. That's a whole different mystery, it seems. Regardless, looks like some trouble happened in the club, and it's something I can't know about. Great. Sari and I arrive at the cafeteria and head to our usual table. Natsuki is sitting in a table full of girls I've only seen a few times. She seems a little quiet for how rowdy the table is, but I should probably stop staring before I'm seen as the weird one.
Ah, I'm pretty hungry. I can't wait to dig in.
You're always hungry.
Hey, that's like calling me fat, meanie.
It absolutely is not.
It is too.
Natsuki shows up shortly after we sat down, just as she promised.
Oh hey Natsuki, joining us for lunch? Yeah, I guess so.
Natsuki keeps shooting glances towards that other table from earlier. They're laughing amongst themselves and seemingly having a good time. Anyway, so what did you bring for lunch today, Sayori?
Well, remember how I said my dad would come over yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he packed me this super cool lunch based on American cuisine.
Cuisine, huh? Sounds fancy. Sayori pulls her lunchbox from her school bag and stares us both down. She puts both hands on the table and begins to drum roll.
Are you both ready for this?
Oh gosh, I nearly knocked over my coffee.
Just show us already.
Here it is! Ta-da! It's a cheeseburger.
I know, right? Isn't it exciting?
I share a confused look with Natsuki for a short moment. I should really just let her have this. But at the same time, it's just a burger.
What makes this so special from burgers you get here?
I'm glad you asked.
A cooking connoisseur such as yourself would find this very interesting. What makes this burger so different is that it's cooked in bacon grease, allowing the flavor of the bacon to seep into the meat. That sounds super gross, sorry. No offense to your dad.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely different from the burgers you find here, that's for sure.
No, really, I thought the same thing too, but then I tried it, and... pure bliss. Here, Natsuki, you can have half. What? No, that's okay, dude. You don't have to. It's your lunch. It's okay, I insist. It's honestly too big for me to finish anyways.
Sayori takes a plastic knife and carefully, but somehow also clumsily cuts the burger in half. Looking at it again, it does seem a bit different. It's loaded with bacon and melted cheese. You usually don't find burgers like that around here. Sayori finished cutting and hands half of the burger to Natsuki.
Here you go!
Thanks. Natsuki takes the burger and quickly begins to eat it. It just now occurred to me that Natsuki doesn't even have her lunch with her.
Well, how is it? Good?
Natsuki only nods as she continues eating. Well, where's my half?
Hey, you already have your lunch. What did you bring anyway?
Nothing special, just some white rice and some fried fish. Must be tough having to prepare and cook food for yourself. Nah, not really. It's a bit time consuming, but owning an air fryer really makes things way easier.
Are air fryers really that versatile?
Well, clearly you don't own one.
Well, I don't rely on an air fryer to make most of my food.
Touche. We'll work harder, not smarter. Smarter, not harder.
Ha, you lose now. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is.
What? Lose what? Sorry, help me out with this. She only shrugs. I grumble to myself as I begin to eat my food in defeat. It is nice to see Natsuki smile, though. It's not often you get to see that.
Oh, guys, let me tell you a story. So me and my dad usually watch a movie together when he comes home from overseas, right? And he showed me this movie I've never seen before about a love story on a sinking ship.
Oh, yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. I was left out this whole time? Well, anyways, I cried so much I went through an entire tissue box. You guys cried a lot too, right?
I didn't.
Nope, not me either.
Don't make me feel left out, meanies! I get that from my dad, okay? He cries with me and he's seen the movie so many times. It's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with expressing your emotions like that. I like when a movie makes me cry, even though I can't really recall the last time that happened.
Yeah, heck, I've got manga that makes me cry. So you're not alone.
Just don't ever let that info leave this table. I'll beat you both up.
My lips are sealed.
Sayuri suddenly scoots up closer to Natsuki and whispers loudly,
I would not trust DTD, however. He's an open book.
What? Hey, you little! I reach over and attempt to grab Sayuri's ticklish spots to no avail. She then places a finger on my nose and giggles mischievously. Jeez. I'm telling you, you never really know when Sayuri's going to strike.
It doesn't really matter to me one way or another. You two are fun to be around.
By the way, Natsuki, how have you been feeling?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, is there anyone else named Natsuki around here?
Alright, point taken.
I've been doing okay, though, just trying to take it day by day.
That's great to hear.
We continue having a conversation amongst ourselves, talking about everything but what happened yesterday. But you know what? I think that's for the best. I hope that whatever it is, she can work it out soon. Lunch is now wrapping up, and both Sayuri and Natsuki get up from their seats at the same time. Well, oh gosh, voice track.
Well, back to the fray.
Sayuri, no one says stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, well, I do, so leave me alone, meanie.
I raise my hand up in surrender. Sayuri walks over and opens her arms up wide, inviting Natsuki for a hug. Actually, it looks more like Sayuri's about to give her one regardless.
Boundaries, Sayuri, remember?
Sorry.
May I have a hug, please? Yeah, what the heck, but you only get one.
I can work with that. Sayuri and Natsuki share a small but tight embrace. Well, that's nice. Regardless of what happened yesterday, it's good to know it wasn't enough to stop them from doing stuff like this.
No, don't even think about it.
Wouldn't dream of it. I'm disease-free and would like to keep it that way. Natsuki gives me a friendly punch on the arm. Wait, are you saying that I gave her something, DTD? What? No, where did you even get the idea? We're all laughing together as we cleaned up after ourselves and leaving the cafeteria. Ah, nice. Friendship. Wonder what that's like. I'm kidding. I do have friends. I let out a sigh as I hover my injured fingers over the piano keys. Alright. Middle C is... It echoes in the room. I sigh as I slump in the piano bench and stare at my hands. They're too banged up to play anything complex, which only saddens me further. I check the time on the clock on the wall. There's still a few more minutes until the club meeting starts. D2D. The character I thought was nothing more than a vessel for you is actually completely on his own. I never foresaw any of that. I'm even learning more about the girls. More than I ever even dreamed of learning. Everything I thought I knew about them, which each passing day I'm growing more wrong about everything. As I get up from the bench, the door slowly slides open, shocking me in the process. Oh, Yuri, what are you doing here? It's Natsuki. I don't know. She's in the club room by herself. We have to talk to her about what happened yesterday, but I don't think I can do this without you. Without... me? Why me? You always know the right things to say. I think if you're here with me, she'll be more willing to see reason. You don't think that too going up to her again this way will cause her to... I know what the consequences are. Sorry. I'm just worried about her. I understand. Let's just treat it as a normal club meeting. If she wants to talk to us, we'll be there. And we'll make that clear too. Yuri and I walked out of the music room together. Interestingly, Yuri is constantly keeping a hand on her chest, almost as if to monitor her heartbeat. Hey, it's gonna be okay. We're friends, right? You're one of her closest friends too, aren't you? I don't really know for certain. I would like to be. But there are things that she does that makes me think otherwise. But the bond we do have at the moment is something I just can't let go. That's why we have to help her and be there for her. Right. Let's head in then. Yuri and I walked into the club room like normal. Hey Natsuki, you're here kind of early, aren't you?
Yeah, that's not a problem, is it?
Not at all, just surprised is all. I'm sure you also heard about DT and Sayori being out for tutoring.
Yeah, which reminded me. What's the plan for today? Because I kind of just want to read on my own.
Yeah, well, I was hoping the three of us could have a talk. From the corner of my eye, I see Yuri nervously nod.
About what? What's there to talk about?
Well, we can't just pretend yesterday's events didn't happen. Monika's right. We have to work this out. We have to... Natsuki visibly gets angry again.
I have had enough of this, alright? I'm done. I don't even want to see you right now. You betrayed my trust, and you think I'd be willing to forgive you for that?
I never do that to you. I just want to know why you're not facing the facts. Your friends aren't real friends. They're the most toxic individuals in this entire school.
Because I don't know how to let them go, alright? There's so much you just don't get. You don't understand me. I can't be alone again. I can't. I just can't.
Natsuki starts walking backwards and buries her hand in her face in her hands. Her breathing is very erratic, and now she sounds like she's hyperventilating. Yuri immediately rushes over and places her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Natsuki struggles a bit, but gives in right away. She instead starts to calm down and control her breathing. I can only watch in disbelief. The way Yuri was able to comfort her like that without hesitation is admirable. And honestly, sort of overwhelming in a way. Slowly, Natsuki pushes Yuri away and wipes her tears.
I'm going to sit over there.
Before Yuri and I could protest, she walks off to her usual reading spot. She sits down without any book or manga and just lets out a big heavy sigh. Yuri and I share concerned glances with one another, barely able to process what just happened a few seconds ago. Without saying anything, Yuri and I walk over towards Natsuki calmly. Natsuki stares off towards the other side of the classroom, not really making eye contact with either of us. Yuri and I sit down nearby and look at her.
This isn't how I wanted to see you guys. No, hold on. This isn't how I wanted you guys to see me today. I just want to have a normal club meeting. No drama. No stupidity. Just a normal meeting. Is that so much to ask?
Ignoring your problems isn't the right move, Natsuki.
You weren't supposed to know these problems. Stupid Yuri just blurted them out.
Don't call her that. You don't mean that.
Whatever.
I'm sorry, Natsuki. I shouldn't have told anyone about this. That was my mistake, and I'm deeply sorry about that. I'm not very good at these things. I want to help my friends, but I don't really know how to go about doing that.
I didn't really need your help, though.
Do you believe that yourself?
You have no idea how hard it is for me to admit this. Even if I did, what could you possibly do to get me out of it? These friends aren't perfect, but what friends are?
That's a good point. But you're not stupid, Natsuki. I know you're not. Surely you can see the difference between how we treat you versus them. There's a reason why you come to this club besides reading and writing poems, isn't there?
Well, yeah. But you don't get it. I can't just let them go. No matter how badly they treat me, it's really difficult to let them go because I've already formed a bond with them.
Can you stop saying that?
Say what?
That I don't get it. It's annoying.
As if you...
I do. I already told you yesterday, Natsuki. You're just like me. Any bond that I make, I end up in an endless cycle of mistrust and fear, to the point of pushing them away. But the ones I do make, they mean so much to me. Being alone most of my life, even just one friend makes a whole world of a difference. And for you, I can imagine you only stay with them because they were your first friends for a long time. Would I be wrong in assuming that you can't let go of those bonds because you fear you would end up alone? Natsuki sighs.
No. You'd be right. I just can't really fathom my idea of me leaving my friends behind. I'm scared of ending up alone.
She pauses.
Do you both remember when Sayori brought DTD into the club?
I nodded, along with Yuri.
Do you remember how awful I was to him at first? He didn't really deserve that, but I couldn't help it either. I don't really like change when it comes to friends I already bonded with, even though none of us were super duper close yet. Plus, it really did seem like he was only here because of us. As in, trying to get us all in bed with him or something. I'm sure it was pretty obvious that he's hanging out with me for the most, at least for a while.
Yuri giggles. I stay silent.
I have a hard time telling if people are being genuine or not.
Same here. I guess that's why I've always wanted to become your friend, Natsuki. Despite our differences, we understand each other, even though you try your best to deny that.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I struggle with that sort of thing because, well, you both already know that my relationship with my dad isn't the greatest. I don't really want to push it with those details. There's a part of me that just can't go against him like that. I love him too much. But I will say that I know that's part of where this all stems from. I want to get better at it. I just need help.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm sure last week proved that. But I want to try and be that club president you all met when we first started this club together. And I want to start by helping you get through this. I don't deserve this. I've always been so mean to you all. I can't.
Natsuki, you're very strong for opening up like this. You made the first step, and it's the most challenging one. There are a lot of people who can't do this on their own. Even I couldn't do it. Sayori and DTD had to help me. Sayori's advice was acknowledging a problem is the first step to solving that problem.
Yuri gets out of the desk and reaches her hand out.
And you've made that first step all by yourself.
Natsuki stares at Yuri's hand in shock for a few moments. Sayori can be really smart when she actually puts her mind to something. I guess that's probably why I made Sayori my vice president. I wasn't aware that she was literally coded to be vice president. At least not at that point. I made her vice president because I saw how much she cared about everyone. And despite everything I've been through, that aspect of her seems to ring true even now. Natsuki takes Yuri's hand and gets up from the floor. The two share an understanding glance before nodding slightly.
Well, I'm glad things all worked out. You did amazing, Natsuki. I'm proud of you.
Proud? Of me? I don't think anyone has ever told me that before. Thank you, I think.
I'm proud of both of you, actually. You both have changed so much since the last time I met you. I mean, since the first time I met you. Getting the opportunity to see you both grow like this is amazing. And I'm glad you both are members of the Literature Club. I'm glad to be Sorry. Nose got clogged. I'm glad to be a member of the Literature Club as well.
As am I. Though, I don't really want this to end.
What do you mean?
There's more to my story that I think I'm ready to share with you too. So long as you promise you don't let this conversation ever leave this room.
We promise.
Pinky promise!
Natsuki sticks out her pinky, to which Yuri and I take turns wrapping our own around hers.
Whew.
Okay. Natsuki takes a deep breath and seems to visibly relax. You're all going to have to bear with me here. This isn't easy for me. I'd first like to apologize for lashing out at you two for the past few days. Things are getting rough, here at school and at home as well. Yuri, do you remember on Sunday how my dad kept constantly calling and messaging me? Yuri nods. So, don't tell Sayuri this. I told my dad about her attempt a few days after it happened. I didn't really know who else to talk about it, so I went to him. I'm guessing he started to get pretty worried about me, which is such a weird feeling because... Natsuki pauses for a moment. I already know about her father. I have ever since my epiphany struck. I had plans to make things worse for her. I had planned to really ruin her life. Make her undesirable. And now I'm standing here listening to her lament about it. Because he'd never been really close with him at all. But that's besides the point. My dad and I have never really gotten along. We always fight and argue. He never sees things my way, and it gets so frustrating. And he's always forcing me to try to be something I'm not. She pauses for a moment. I've never really bonded with my dad. Sure, he'll take me out shopping or for ice cream, but never really helped. Things have been this way for years. So when he suddenly starts worrying about me because of what happened, it's like he's doing it for his own benefit instead of actually caring. Because where was his worrying whenever I actually needed him? Sorry. Natsuki sniffles and rubs her tears away. I've never really talked about this stuff with anyone before. I guess I never really saw it as a big deal. But that being said, I've never been good at expressing my feelings. Even though I always want to. The words just never come out right. I always end up sounding like a big dummy. But I think about everything that's happened. The least I could do is try to talk about how I feel. It's just so hard to confide in people. And I think that has something to do with my relationship with my dad. Even hinting at it to my friends leads them to just telling me the same old family is still family, even with all those fights. And that's just so hard to believe, you know? Parents should be cheap with groceries to the point where all I have to make for lunch is some rice and whatever else is in the fridge that week. Parents shouldn't tell their daughter they can take care of themselves just because they're in high school. That makes no sense. Parents shouldn't tell their daughter that her emotions are invalid just because they don't feel the same way about it. Father shouldn't tell me I'm being over-dramatic, lazy, weird, and not acting the way a lady should. I would just wish my dad was there for me when I needed him. I wish my papa didn't make me go through all this on my own. Natsuki nearly collapses into Yuri's arms, promoting Yuri to quickly hold her up and keep her from falling. I never realized. I gently rub my cheeks and find that they're soaked with my own tears. Natsuki's sobs fill the room, leaving Yuri and I completely at a loss for words. I think we've both come to a nonverbal agreement that we should allow Natsuki to let everything out. Because, now that I think about it, she's really been through a lot. And I think that's my fault. Kickstarting Sayuri's depression was my fault, wasn't it? And that's why this reset is happening to me. But I'm here fixing that. At least I hope so. I really do want to help them, right? Natsuki picks herself up from Yuri's arms and tries to calm herself down. I'm a big dummy for all of this. A big stubborn idiot. Because I know that even after all of this, I'm not going to change. I'll end up saying the exact same way. That's not true. And if you keep saying that, you'll end up believing it. Yuri's right. If you keep thinking you won't change, then you really won't. Sure, actions speak louder than words, but sometimes words are what allow you to take action in the first place. Start believing yourself a little bit more. Believe you can change for the better. But this isn't easy for me. I can't just switch it up from one day to the next. My dad isn't suddenly going to start treating me better. That's here to stay. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, just small changes can make a world of difference. May I make a suggestion? Natsuki wipes away her tears and looks directly at me, her tears glistening under the lights. Start hanging out with us a little bit more, in place of your other friends.
What? Didn't you just hear what I said a few minutes ago? I can't do that.
I know, I understand that. You've already kind of been doing that these past few weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess I have.
There you go then. You've already made your first steps. There's still so much more about me that I don't like. Same here. You're not the only one who feels this way, Natsuki.
What do you mean? You're like basically perfect.
Eh? That's not true. You don't really think that, do you?
I'm not going to repeat myself.
I'm not perfect. I'm flawed. But what human being isn't? I've been battling with anxiety for years, and I've hated parts of myself for the same amount of time. I still have parts of myself that I really don't like. So, I think you have the wrong idea about me.
There are still things I admire about you, Yuri. I never thought I'd ever admit these things to you, but here I am. First of all, your patience with others, and especially me, is insane. Like, despite me being the most stubborn person ever, you still stuck around. Heck, I think I even hated that part about you for a little bit. Because in my mind, I thought there wouldn't be anyone willing to actually listen to me vent about stupid stuff like online arguments or crappy reviews on my favorite manga. But you were there anyway, listening away and making me feel like I belong somewhere. I just hate how you always talk down on yourself sometimes. It gets annoying because you're too stupid to see that you're actually a good friend.
I guess it's just hard for me. There are things I admire about you too. Your persistence to keep your friendships together is stellar. The way you took action when Monica and I had our disagreement is something I would have never been able to do. Not on my own. Admittedly, your persistence to stay with those awful friends of yours can be quite aggravating, but admirable nonetheless. The point is, I see things in you probably don't see yourself, and I guess the same goes for you. I know we never really got off on the right foot in terms of friendship, and I know we disagree on plenty of things, but I'm proud to call you friend. Natsuki smiles lightly. I can't help but realize I've been completely silent during all this, but I guess Natsuki did consider me to be the middleman in this situation.
I'm glad you're my friend too. I'll try my best to improve myself, but only if you promise to do it too.
Yuri giggles. Of course. I look forward to working on that together. Natsuki suddenly turns and looks towards me.
Hey, Monica?
Hmm?
I don't think I've ever shown my appreciation for what you've done for me here. Well, for us. You all make me feel safe here. This club has become a safe place for me. Despite everything that's happened these past few weeks, I can't lie and say they haven't been fun sometimes. Being able to have some other place to hang out and that doesn't involve my other friends in any sort of way feels nice. I was worried things would have been different after Sayori, well, you both already know. But you all have made this club an amazing place, even with all these rough patches. So thank you to both of you, and to Sayori as well. She's great at making you feel cared for, isn't she? And her hugs are the best. I mean, they're alright, I guess.
Yuri and I share a small chuckle.
I can't forget about DTD either. He can be kind of slow and annoying sometimes, but he has his moments. He's smarter than he gives himself credit for. Don't tell him I said any of that. Last thing we need is an ego-inflated DTD.
We all laugh again.
I'm kind of okay with them not being here, though. It makes this whole thing just a little bit easier to get off my chest. It feels great.
Yuri, without warning, walks over to Natsuki and gives her a hug. Natsuki stutters and protests a tiny bit, but doesn't resist. Instead, she slowly hugs back.
Sayori's rubbing off on you.
I guess she is. It's at 7% now. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video. We've been recording for quite a while now, so I'm going to be ending the video now. But yeah, I definitely like how they took Natsuki's story and gave it like their own twist on it. Like adding stuff from DDLC's Plus's like side stories and the main games. Pretty cool, I like that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name is DTD. Be sure to check out my other videos as well. And remember, guys, to tell a friend about the channel. And remember to tell that friend to tell a friend about the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next video is coming out soon. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!